everyone's attention. It's 9:30. We go in at 10 o'clock, and we have, I'd like the clerk to call the roll.
Senator Albright.
Here.
Senator Beasley.
Here.
Senator Nelson. Senator Pittman.
Here.
Senator Sanford.
Here.
Senator Smithman.
Here.
Senator Single.
Not here.
Senator Marsh.
Here.
All right, we're here to look at the Senate Bill 453. If you will, let's bring the bill up.
The Alabama Lottery and Alabama Lottery Corporation established gaming regulated at racetracks where pari-mutuel wagering currently legal, state gross receipts tax and local gross receipts tax levy, tax on vendors of gaming equipment levy, disposition of proceeds provided, Alabama Lottery and Gaming Commission created to regulate and administer gaming, governor authorized to negotiate a compact with Porch Bandits, Indians, and constitutional amendment.
Thank you. Okay, the bill is before us. This is the bill that, of course, we've had the public hearing on. It's dealing with the overall gaming and for the state, which would go to the people as a CA to make a vote. Are there any comments? Senator Beasley.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Good morning to fellow members of the committee. As I mentioned Tuesday at the public hearing, I had the unique position of representing Macon County as well as Houston County, and Macon County and the other three tracks are in the original bill, and I'm very interested in doing a substitute motion to see if we can add Houston County into the committee. The only change it would make is in the definition of authorized facilities. The four remaining racetracks and pari-mutuel stay in place. It just adds facilities located in Houston County, the Houston Economic Development Association, Alabama Nonprofit Corporation in Houston County. Houston County lies in the southeast quadrant of Alabama. It lies on a very busy highway 431, which is the main artery into Florida. It also is on the east-west on Alabama Highway 84. So there's a lot of traffic that comes into that area. It would draw well from Georgia, and it would draw well from Panhandle, Florida, and it would draw well from the Wiregrass. Back in 09 and 10, there was quite an investment that was made in Houston County to create what is now called Center Stage. It would have electronic bingo at that time, and they would have entertainment, hotel facilities, and this kind of thing. It's a huge economic impact to the Wiregrass. And at this time, Mr. Chairman, I would like to offer a substitute for Senate Bill 453. I have a copy for each member of the committee.
Mr. Chairman,
Senator.
I think I came to the wrong committee. I thought this was tourism. We're going to be talking about the year of barbecue.
we may add that on the agenda.
Okay.
Mr. Chairman, I'll second Senator Beasley's motion on the substitute.
All right. Let me say this. Of course, we had many people at the public hearing from that area of the state who passionately explained their position. I've been out from day one with this legislation. The whole reason this legislation came out, what I'm trying to do is avoid a tax decrease of the people of the state of Alabama. I mean, we know we've got a budget shortfall in the general fund. You can argue it's from $200 million to $700 million has been talked about. I'm not a gamer. I've never, as a Republican, I've never been big behind gaming. But I think gaming it's here to stay. I looked at a piece of legislation that dealt with those entities that were in the state now, not expanding gaming, but making sure that we as a state receive fair revenue from these facilities in lieu of tax increases, because the numbers, based on which study you look at, could be as high as $1 billion of revenue to the state. That's either people driving through the state or out of the state to game elsewhere. This is going to be a complex issue from day one it was, and it's going to be on the floor of the Senate as well. What I would like to do to hold true to my position of where I was when I introduced this legislation is not expand this in this committee. If it gets to the floor and we can see the support on the floor and garner support by expanding, we can look at that. But I do not want to open that floodgate. What I would rather do is pass a piece of legislation that sets up an ironclad gaming commission to make these decisions going forward. So with that,
Mr. Chairman?
yes.
I have the utmost respect for you, and I understand exactly where you're coming from. In 1999, I cast a vote to allow the people to vote on the lottery. And I think you've enhanced this piece of legislation by having the lottery in the legislation, as well as bringing in Class 3 gaming in Alabama. And I think we all know at this table, in this room, in the state of Alabama, that we have gaming in Alabama. And we're not receiving the proper revenue that we should in the state of Alabama. And we have Alabamians that are traveling out of state, and they're supporting the revenues in those states. And I would like to see this committee today adopt the substitute. I would request a vote, if I could, on the substitute.
I respect your comments, Senator. There again, I've got to try to do all I can to get this out of committee today. I think I have a better chance of getting out of committee and keeping this bill with a positive traction, keeping it clean. And with that, I move to table the substitute. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed?
No.
Ayes have it. We now are back on the original bill. Do I have a motion?
Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
Before we get the motions, because things sometimes move fast when that happens, you talk about the amount of revenue this could generate for the state. You and I know that we disagree on the fact that this revenue and the state promoting gambling as a way to fund itself, I think, is a poor choice. I think you're basically giving people have the right to gamble. They can go places they can gamble. I've seen people pitching quarters and matching quarters and drawing high cards in the afternoons at work before losing their paycheck before they ever go home. So there's always plenty of ways to gamble. There's the internet, there's bookies, there's all kinds of things. I just think this is a very poor way to fund government. And I think we look at the number that an economist may come up with. But in order to get that much money through this process, this inefficient process, how many other hundreds of millions of dollars are going out of the state of Alabama? How many people don't go to a small business, don't take their family on a trip? How many things are sacrificed? What other economic opportunities and what other choices are made in order for this, quote, perception that government now has to facilitate and paint that people actually are going to win? The reality is it's, gambling's for losers. And the bottom line is there are some people that can manage it and can do it for entertainment and can do it for fun, but there are way too many people that look at it as a way to make money to achieve their goals. And let's face it also undermines the responsibility, thrift, the type of work ethic, the thing that people need to do in order to have long-term success, to be able to take care of themselves and to be able to take care of their families. So you and I are good friends, and we've been together a lot of times, but on this particular issue we're diametrically opposed, and we'll do everything I can to look for other options to fund the state of Alabama.
Thank you,
Mr.
Thank you,